Look, you're in my business. Everybody's got a right to opinion. Opinions are like, you know what? That's fine. But some of them are more moronic, actually, than others. And I heard one, recently that suggested that the Tigers pulling the chute on the season, tanking, so they can get the first overall pick in the baseball draft would be really good. Just like it would be in the NBA or the NHL or NFL, even though there's a completely different dynamic. And the reasons cited were those Houston Astros and the Kansas City Royals and the championships that they won. Yeah, but those teams, when they had the first overall pick in the draft, actually really didn't do too well. Unless you don't know who Brady Aiken is or Mark Appel. The two guys that are still not with the Astros, even though they just drafted them a couple years ago first overall. They did hit with Carlos Correa, but actually it was a pick that wasn't supposed to be first overall that they took because they could sign him for less money. Actually, they look more deeper in the draft, and they built their team doing that than the first overall pick. Or the Royals, who built their team with that great first overall pick, Luke Hochevar. Well, wait a second, it was some other guys that were taken later on in the draft. But I'm used to moronic opinions. I've heard them all. I'll give you a classic example. Justin Verlander's not an ace. I heard that one day after day after day, year after year after year. Well, he's going to the Hall of Fame probably, and is the best pitcher in Tigers history. How about another one? Here's another one. Being so upset at even the remote suggestion that Michigan's caught Michigan State in basketball. Hey, I got news for you. 5-6 years later, they probably passed them. Oh, here's another one. The Lions start out 3-1. All of a sudden, I guess they're the best team in the NFC North. And anybody who doesn't think that they are and that they might be the same old Lions, it's a lazy take. No, you know what a lazy take is? Not knowing your facts and figures enough to know that that team was on the verge of collapse and that it was basically the product of Delvin Cook running down the field, his knee blowing out, and dropping the football. Here's one that's kind of serious, actually, in a way. It's suggesting that all the problems they're having at Michigan State doesn't have anything to do with the, administrative lack of everything, politics, influence peddling, all that. It's actually ESPN's fault. That is almost irresponsible. And actually isn't that funny because it's a real serious topic. But I guess to some, it's not an academic institution of higher learning. Well, it's like a football factory where you wear a big block S on your hat every day when you go to work. Those opinions are laughable. They're almost laughable enough that you need a laugh track of 3 people every day to kind of keep things going. But you know what? To each his own.